as the song goes, I'm gonna pop some tags. If you've got $20 in your pocket, I can tell you you've got this sweater, because I've got my own little mini pearl moment working over here. Christmas sweaters continue to have their moment. One look at your Facebook feed will show you that. And we know there are still some parties planned where the invitation says something like, the ugliest sweater wins a prize. Okay, let's get you inspired. Justin Doherty is Goodwill's Director of Workforce Services. It's great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And we've got several models here as well, all ages and all levels of festivity, we'll say. But before we get to the runway, Justin, give me a word about selection at Goodwill when it comes to sweaters like what I'm wearing.
Well, the selection is, there's a wide variety of selection of all different sizes for all different individuals, brought to you by donors. So individuals dropping off, so we can get stuff tomorrow and be on the shelves a day later.
That's right.
So
it changes every day.
always.
What we see on the racks every single day based on what
Absolutely.
people are donating. We'll talk about when you shop at Goodwill where that money goes, because we know it's just not about the purchase. But let's get to the runway and let's take a look at our first two models and tell us a bit about their looks, Justin.
Well, I think you'll see here that these are some fantastic looks. We've got the reindeer on the vest here, which is fantastic, and head to toe. Alyssa, head to toe is Goodwill.
Is all Goodwill.
Rudolph
Okay.
on the back.
Nice.
And then we've got a nice little black and white number here. That is just it's.
I got to tell you, that might be my favorite. I don't want to call it early here,
right.
but
I think you should hold your judgment, because
Okay.
it is it's a more of a formal. It's a black and white
I
for
love
a more
that.
formal.
And look at the little character on skates tumbling around on the front. And what's the back look like? Can you give us a spin? Oh, we've got a little embellishment there over the right cheek. Nice. Thank you so much. You both look terrific. Let's keep this party going, because we've got several more. Okay, this is why you said reserve judgment.
Yes. Here we go.
Let's talk about that,
Well,
Justin.
first off, this is a nice, is it cable knit? Is that the correct term?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
At the top it
it's
is,
just
and then it smooths
fantastic.
out.
Right, and then if you look to Chelsea here, that.
Don't be so anxious to get off the teddy bear presents, but we're happy to look at Chelsea. Go ahead.
Is sewn on. You can't take that scarf off.
It's sewn onto what? Oh, onto the sweater.
It comes with the sweater.
I do see.
Is that fantastic?
It
The
is.
bells actually jingle.
Listen.
You know, it is just fantastic.
If you've had an extra glass of wine, you'll appreciate the fact that your scarf is
I have already had one today. It's fantastic.
Okay, so give me an idea about price points on all these. Do you know what the range is?
Every one of these items that you'll see today is under $10 at all
Oh,
our stores.
wow. Okay, so let's look at our next models. Who do we have here?
These gentlemen are so excited to be here today.
I can tell.
They
It's written
look
on their
fancy.
face.
It is.
Yeah.
If you can see, is that holly, I believe, on the
I see
on the
poinsettias.
vest? Thank you. That is exactly what it is. It's certainly not holly. Just a fantastic sweater, vest.
It's embroidered. I mean, I know like part of this, but the workmanship on these pieces is quite high. You know that.
Right.
Like, I come from a family of sewers, and I got to tell you, like, I'm not doing that work for $10. Not a chance.
That gold trim just makes it pop.
It is nice. And then this feels very Aspen.
It is, and it zips, you know. I mean, everyone wants a sweater that you can zip
With the
down.
reindeer Fair Isle vibe.
It feels good. I think maybe a turtleneck under there would just make it pop.
Set it off.
Right.
And that design goes all the way around the back on both the top section, and then the piece at the bottom also wraps around. Gentlemen, thank you so much. So we'll take a break here from the sweaters and get the kids in just their festive look.
Right.
So,
There's nothing ugly about this situation here. These are adorable children.
Guys.
Again, head to toe, Goodwill.
So the tights and not the shoes. Those are theirs.
Shoes, correct. The outfits themselves.
But these are under $10. I even hesitate to ask that question. Do you know how much these are?
Yep, under 10.
Under
Everything you'll see here
$10.
today, under $10.
Oh,
just
wow.
absolutely gorgeous.
Well, and
outfits.
I think this is a great example, too, that maybe for next year, as you're getting ready to take your holiday card photos, that parents, you know, you go into stores and you want to get something cute for the kids to wear in those pictures for the cards. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm not spending $60 on that dress.
Correct.
$10 at Goodwill, that's just smart.
It's perfect.
Well, we're going to take you back to the sweaters because we have an honorary model here today, and you're going to recognize him. He joins us each and every Wednesday on the Morning Blend. The incomparable John Deneen from Saul's Jewelry and Loan agreed to model. Todd, my love for you has only grown.
It's
very nice, he says.
Right.
But like, this is a sweater, but it looks like, obviously it's the Santa thing.
A cup of eggnog and he's ready to go.
You also have the tag on your shoulder.
Beautiful.
This is
Just
also
so
under
handsome.
$10, Justin?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, wow. John
Your eyes do
Deneen
not deceive you.
and all of our models, thank you all so much for coming in today. It's great to have you here. And I'm going to say to our viewers at home who've seen a sweater or maybe one of the dresses on the kids, they said, I want that. These are all going back to one location. Which
Correct.
one?
Our store in Council Bluffs on Madison Avenue, just south of Mall of the Bluffs.
Okay, so when we shop at Goodwill, let's revisit this point because this is one of the reasons that I donate, and I was just there earlier this week dropping some stuff off for the home department.
Thank you.
But I believe in your mission, and I know a lot of other people do too. So when we come and we shop, we buy a sweater, where does that money go?
The money goes to support our workforce development programs, a variety of our programs, but workforce development, our employment and training programs specifically.
So who can take advantage of that program, or who did you create it for?
One program that we are doing a lot of work with right now, I'm sure you'll recognize, is called Work Ops. It is specifically for dislocated workers. So a dislocated worker is someone who loses their employment through no fault of their own. So you're doing great, your boss says you're doing great, but because of budget, money, a variety of reasons, they're either closing or they're reducing their workforce, and now you find yourself unemployed. Goodwill has a program specifically for individuals in that situation to try to get them back to work as soon as possible.
So for people who fit that bill, or for employers who want to be involved, how can either one of them do that?
The easiest way, goodwillomaha.org, and I'm really glad you talked about employers because there are employers who are facing this situation and no one likes to do it, but there's also employers on the end saying, how can I help?
That's right.
And so we are trying to get individuals, again, back into the workforce as soon as possible. So there are opportunities for employers who are looking for qualified individuals who are working and doing great and through no fault of their own find themselves in this situation. And if employers want to contact Goodwill, we have individuals that can work closely with them to get people placed.
These programs work. We know that.
They do.
And you can help support them by shopping at Goodwill today, tomorrow. Well, I don't know. You guys even open tomorrow? You're not open on Christmas, right?
No.
That's not true. But I will say, if you're like my husband and you haven't wrapped a darn thing yet, Goodwill does have wrapping paper, gift bags, like dog toys, elf hats. I mean, truthfully, they've got tons of stuff. Several locations around town, the main one on North 72nd Street, as I put that down so gently. Justin, thank you for coming in today.
Thank
It's great
you so
to see
much.
you. This sweater also going back to Council Bluffs. And again, guys, thank you so much for coming in. You're all such good sports. The